What's going on, guys? Disney Silver here, and today is a video I did not want to make. I'm not gonna lie, I was not feeling to make this video at all, but here I am. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. So, you guys are probably asking, Disney, what's this video about? What's the thumbnail? Wow, what's the title of this video? Well, if you haven't guessed by now, the title of the video pretty much is just me explaining the full context behind the situation between DiamondShadowVA and Biddy Blush, aka Mario. He's the Mario that appears in me or in my streams and Petunia streams as well. And DiamondShadowVA also appeared in both mine and Petunia streams. And yeah, I'm guessing if you're not aware, DiamondShadowVA made a video containing about some things that were meant to be private but made public. Why? I have no idea. It was supposed to be private. Fuck. It's supposed to be private. But now everyone knows. So that sort of ticked me off, I guess. So, and believe me, so did everyone else. So I thought of an idea to make a video for them so that they could share their side of the story, and bring other people along to further indicate that, well, if you're not aware or haven't watched DiamondShadowVA's video, you'll get to that in a bit, but essentially, some stuff has been going on between them, and also a quick warning: if you guys are like sensitive about rapping rapping but with an E, EDP 445 or PDF files, and oofing themselves, then I suggest you click out of the video right now. But if not, then stick around, all that stuff. So yeah. First and foremost, I'll just be explaining some context behind what's going on and all that stuff. So without further ado, let's just go right in. So this all started back in, I believe it was 2 weeks ago. No, yeah, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Or was it a week? I'll just say 1 or 2 weeks ago. Me and my friends, Faze Sonic, Picasso BJ, Blueberries Pie, and an IRL friend of mine. We were all just hanging out. Oh, and Biddy Blush. Biddy Blush was also there. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously Disney. God, come on now. But, yeah, we were all there. We were just chilling, having a good time. We were in Prismic, searching for avatars and all that stuff. I just got done doing a video, which will soon come out after I upload this one. And after that video, it's gonna be something else. So, yeah. So I got done with that video. And I was just willing to hang out because I have free time, all that stuff. I got stuff to do, or I don't have that much stuff to do, so yeah, just wanted to hang around with my friends. Then when Diamond Shadow joined the instance, suddenly Biddy Blush, Mario, wanted to leave and said he'll come back later on because he has to do something real quick, or that it's his cue to go. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll see you later then? Question mark. Because, it was kind of very awkward and, all that for you to be leaving already just because of a person joined. So, yeah. Then after Biddy Blush left, Diamond Shadow was in a corner, huddled up. Looked like he was scared, cowering. I have no idea. But, I wanted to know if they were okay, or if something happened or something like that, and uh, they told me that he doesn't want to see Mario, aka Biddy Blush. And I was like, okay, I was gonna ask like what happened because I'm just curious. I was just that curious of a person. I just want to know what's going on, see if anything's okay or not. Um, Basically just try to handle the situation and all that stuff. But no, I just continued on my day. Obviously, I still have thoughts about it, but I didn't let it drag out too long. Until the next day, I believe, or the day after the next day. Um, I was in a call with like Petunia, my girlfriend, obviously, um, Luna Moon, and I'm pretty sure there were two others on over there. I think BJ was there. I'm not so sure, but Mario joined, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Should I join off of it? Well, first I was questioning about Mario's and Diamond's relationship wise, because I'm like, well, what's going on? Like, do they have beef or something, or is it like they had an argument or anything like that? And they don't know. My friends didn't know nothing. All they knew is that they didn't talk for a while, and that right like then, like as we were talking, they were in a call together, and I was like, okay, cool. I guess the beef was over. I mean, still had questions about it because I'm like, what the fuck happened in the first place? And so as soon as Mario got in the call, um, I felt like it was, my time to ask, like, hey, what's the beef here? What's the problem with you and Diamond? Like, are you guys okay? Um, is there something you want to share or something like that? Like, I didn't say that specifically, but I just wanted to know. And Mario was kind enough to say what was going on, and he said that, well, actually, I'm gonna let that speak for itself in the freaking interview. But once he told me all that, I was like, okay, so no beef, nothing, everything settled, we move. And so, as of now, it's Saturday. So last Saturday, I was hanging around with my friends again on VR chat. I was hanging out with Flourish the Queen, Petunia Lightning, my girlfriend, um, Jet Set Sonic, pretty much everyone that I was like friends with, just to hang out, all that stuff. Cause why not? I like to have fun. Then after a while, there's like some shit happening because yeah, it was like group stuff that I don't want to get into right now. But after that, I crashed. I was like, fuck. So no, I didn't crash. I went to another world with someone. It was a Murder Drones world because we were Murder Drones avatars, and I just want to be silly as N. So yeah. When I joined back from Jet Set Sonic, Diamond Shadow wanted to join. I'm like, cool, okay, let him join. It's just two of us, and me and Jet were talking about stuff group wise. Like yeah. When he had to go talk with Luna, which was a private conversation, so even if I knew, I wasn't gonna tell you anyway. But he left to go talk with Luna about some stuff. Uh, and then it was just me and Diamond. And I was like, okay, I guess it's just you and me now. And we were just goofing around, all that stuff. When we got to another world, which was Gigas? I have fucking no idea. We were testing out the world and all that because it got updated. Then she started to go on about Mario. I'm like, oh yeah, you guys had like beef or whatnot, but now it's like cool, right? And she's like, no, not at all. I'm like, that's not what Mario told me. And he's like, well, I still have beef, so yeah. And so that made me bring up the question again and be like, so what's the beef? What's going on with you and Mario? Like, I thought you guys were like cool and whatnot, and apparently, um, again, you'll have to see in the interview. But after he explained all that, I was flabbergasted. I was like, what? Huh? And there's no way. There's no way he could be any of those, people. And, the more that I think about it, of like what they explained, I was like, okay, it makes sense. It's starting to make sense a bit. But, and so, after that, we just kind of played around a bit in VR chat, played the game, all that. Then I crashed, so I was like, fuck, well, game over for me. So after that, I got off. I did stuff in the house, and then went to sleep. Boom, end of the day. But the thing is, something kept me up at night because I kept thinking about what Diamond said about Mario. I'm like, there's no way. Like, even if it's true, there has to be like a 10% chance that Diamond was wrong. And luckily, I was right. She was in the wrong. And yeah, so enough stalling or whatnot. I'll let the interview play. So yeah, here's my interview for Biddy Blush, aka Mario. Alright, so firstly, we have our, obviously, our friend here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Biddy Blush, and for those who, if you've watched Disney's or Petunia's channel, you might immediately recognise me. I am the guy with the funny Mario soundboard, with all the sound effects and everything. For the longest time, that was the way I could communicate, but now I've got a mic. Yeah, I was unfortunately the victim behind all this, so I am here to personally speak up about this entire situation, and yeah, just make everything perfectly clear.
Alrighty. So Mario, I have a couple of questions to ask. I guess the first one, which is the most important, being, what's your side of the story? Because we've heard from Diamond's side, but I think it's best for the people to know on both sides of the story. So I'm here to ask, what's the story behind this whole situation?
I'll start from the very beginning when this entire thing happened. Starting on July the 29th of 2025, which was almost about 3 weeks ago now at the time of the recording, which is it's Wednesday, the August the 13th. I was just messing around with Diamond VR chat as usual. I noticed she was in a bit of a bad mood, which that's perfectly normal. We all get in bad moods sometimes. But in Diamond's case, she can get a bit snappy, even though she doesn't mean to. But then after that, she left suddenly without telling anybody. I think she got invited by someone. I'm not 100% sure. But then a few hours later, after I got off VR chat, went to bed, I noticed she had a crying shadow avatar, and then not avatar, profile picture on Discord with the words "Would you kindly fuck off" in the Discord bio. So obviously I stayed away because I knew something had gone wrong. She wasn't in a bad mood. So yeah, a few hours later, I saw she was pretty much back to normal. She had a profile picture of Vade from the Friday Night Funkin' mod, Starlight Mayhem, which is quite a good mod, by the way. And I then asked her if it's okay if I send the clips again, and she said, yep, go ahead, send them, but please keep your distance, because of course I don't want you to be around me at the moment, because apparently I was being a bit too close. And this is where the trouble began. So, a few hours later again, I see she comes back online with that same profile picture and everything, and I see in her bio, kindly keep your distance in capital letters with the words /dir. So that was directed directly at me. So technically, this is the first signs of her making this entire thing public. Of course, I spoke with Timeless J, which is the leader of the Guardians. He had a talk with Diamond in a private Discord call, and Diamond basically said she wants some time away because apparently she pretty much has said the same thing as she said earlier. I was like, okay then, well, what about VR chat and everything else? Do you want me to not join you on there as well? I never got an answer, by the way, for that. But then after that, after about a week, she suddenly said in the I was in a Discord call when she suddenly said in the voice chat, break's over, don't leave Biddy. And she joined me back, and joined us back, because at the time it was, trying to remember who was in that voice call. It was myself, BJ, I think, maybe Jet? I know Luna was there. But when she joins back, everything seems back to normal. But then, this is where crap hits the fan pretty much. On August the 10th, which was Sunday, at the time of this recording, I joined Discord voice call as usual. Just what you do every day with us lots. Diamond was, of course, in it. And, stuff had already been going down in the background, but that wasn't directly involving me and Diamond. So yeah, I joined the Discord because there was a load of people in Luna's server, which, by the way, a massive shout out to my friend Luna, because she has essentially helped me out throughout this entire situation. I jokingly said at first, "Oh boy, is there a party? Why did you guys invite me? How rude!" While everyone else laughed, Diamond aggressively said, "No," and then mused herself throughout the duration of the call. And I was like, "Oh, fair enough, okay." And I just went on with the others. A few hours later, I get on here, and then I get spam invited by Diamond saying, "Join now, need to talk," while also sending a Discord message of the same caliber. I join her, and if you've seen Diamond's video before I got taken down, that's basically what happened. She joined me, she berated me, because of course apparently I wasn't doing a few things. I was essentially being treated like a flipping monster for some reason. She basically said I wasn't respecting her boundaries, which, in this case, which up until now, she never said a single thing about boundaries. She said I was commenting on everything she said first, which again, perfectly normal. I know you do sometimes as well, Disney, to Petunia, don't you? As an example. Then after that, she said, I was just being annoying, but again, she never told me any of this until now. But then, as we talked, I was apologising, I was trying to explain, and there were three other people there. Our friend BJ, which must shout out. Oh, hang on, I must give BJ a shout out because the poor dude was essentially just dragged into this. He was straight up dragged into this, and so on and so forth. Then there was Diamond's neighbour by the name of Angel. She was there as well. She was on Diamond's side at the time, and also our crazy person, which you may have seen in the videos before, Max AV1. He was there as well. Now, I haven't told Max the entire story yet, but BJ is fully aware of what's been going on. So yeah, and during this entire thing, she mentioned I was either one of two things. I was either one, an overly obsessive person, which I said I'm not an overly obsessive person, and the second thing, she called me a groomer. Obviously, after that, she tried to keep. She tried. I actually left the Guardians because, of course, she said, "Oh, I'm a danger to everyone, apparently, and everything." And upon doing that, I immediately went to my friend Luna, because, of course, again, me and Luna are good friends, and she told me to contact Shy. Now, during all this, in the Guardians Discord server, she made an announcement saying that I was being forcibly removed because I was a danger to everyone. Please understand why I did this. Now, do bear in mind, she never got contact. She never got permission from Jay, Shy, Ender, or anyone of that kind to do this. So almost immediately they were on edge. Upon immediately doing this, Jay contacted Diamond. They had a bit of an argument from what I heard from Jay. I'm not going to say what because I don't know the information. After that, Diamond was swiftly banned from all of the servers, but she was timed out in the Guardians. Oh, hang on. She was timed out in the Guardians, but she left on her own accord. After that, now she's been banned from everywhere now, pretty much. They then learned my side of the story, and yeah, the people who were there was himself, Petunia, Faze, Fast, Shy, and B. So that was 6 people. BJ came by a little bit later, and he just explained that he's still perfectly fine with me. He just explained he was essentially dragged into this, and so on and so forth. After Diamond realised what she did, she essentially just ran away pretty much. And it was all quiet for a few days, everything seemed normal, but then today comes along. Today, at the time of this recording, which is Wednesday, the 13th of June, not June, August, my bad, she makes a public video on her YouTube channel. Thankfully, the video has now been taken down at the time of this recording, but this video is still unlisted on her channel, so it's still there to some extent. Basically, it's a video not only showing the recording she did, which she recorded the entire session of the whole session when she berated me. She also presented 4 particular clips, which I'm going to get to in a minute, and basically just posting nonsense about me on her channel. So that's the current story so far. There is a little bit more to it, but I'll get to it towards the end of the video.
Right. All right. And can you give more? Oh, my second question is: can you give more in the context of those 4 clips that Diamond presented in the video?
Of course. Oh, hang on. Let's sit down again. All of those clips, 3 of the clips were taken. Oh, hang on. I need to take that off. 4 of the clips. Actually, 3 of the clips were taken last year in 2024. So clip number 1, I'm going to present. This one's the most prominent one because she actually reposted this clip many times in the Guardian server after this. She was in a FNAF world. She was in an FNF world with me. She was performing a song as the Master Chris, which is the creator of the Starlight Mayhem mod, and she fell on her bed, or well, a bed, a floor. I'm not 100% sure. In the clip, she fell, and she said she sprained her leg in that instance. Well, she did, but it wasn't in that clip. What she's essentially doing is she's using the clip where she just fell the first time and is weaponizing it, saying, "Oh, I fell down and hurt myself in this clip." That is not true. It was another time she fell, which was off camera, off clips and everything. So essentially, what's happened here is Diamond's, as I said, weaponizing it against me for no apparent reason. So clip number 2, it is the one where I go flying towards BJ and Diamond to jump scare them. Now, at the time, I didn't know these two wanted to spend some time alone. What I mean by spend time alone is they wanted to have a bit of flirting session with each other. You would know firsthand Disney because you've seen them do it a few times as well. At the time, I didn't even know they want to because here's the thing with Diamond. She would never tell anybody a single thing she was going to do. So, out of nowhere, she would just take BJ, run off somewhere, and just come back to it, and just come back to us like nothing happened. Of course, in that world, you can't actually go out of bounds, and you can fly around, so naturally, I was to give them a few jump scares as such. I only did that like once, 2 or 3 times after that. I, of course, stopped after the 3rd time, and I haven't done it since. So it's not a regular occurrence. So, again, that was the first time I did that. That was, I must admit, I am kind of at fault for that, but that's nothing compared to what else she presented. Clip number 3, this one was when BJ false collapsed to the ground. She was flirting with BJ in a public instance, and of course I had to capture it because BJ was being a goofball, pretty much. And I, of course, captured it because I wanted BJ to see this as well. I wanted him to have a good laugh out of it. And this was taken... I'm trying to think, actually. I know it was last year because because in those videos I can see it was my old PC. So this was taken before April of this year when I upgraded to this one. And finally, we have the last bit with my voice in it, may I add. This was taken around February or March of this year because... I remember you and Petunia was in this one, Disney.
Yep.
It was during the Sanrio festival, where there's this game called the Mochi Poly Factory, which comes along every now and again. So naturally I went there. Whenever anything sweet happens with anyone, for a matter of fact, I clip it because it's something to look back on. But again, and not once did Diamond mention that she didn't want to be recorded. Not once did she mention it to me. So essentially, all she's doing there is completely a lie. And so yeah, that's the context for those 4 clips.
Alright. Alrighty. So that's given that. My third question would be, so Diamond has mentioned that, or in her words, you're very obsessive and you follow her around, and that when she tells you to not follow her, you still do. Um, can you add a little bit more to what she said about that particular?
But just like I said in the previous thing, I was only told that just to stop following her around once or twice. I have never been told otherwise. So again, she's blowing up this fact, thinking that I'm always following her around. But yeah, that's the furthest thing from the truth. I didn't always follow her around. She only told me like once or twice because she wants to have a talk with someone, or she just wants some time alone. Which, of course, I respected that, and I stayed away for a bit.
Gotcha. All right. Okay. My fourth question. So apparently Diamond has said that you apparently have favorites in the group. Is this true or not?
No, I don't have any favoritism towards anybody. The reason why I joined all of you in the first place was because all of you are my friends, including Faze over here. So, So, I don't want to be around just for Diamond. I want to be around for all of you. All of you are my friends. No, everyone in the Guardians, you, Petunia, everybody. We're all friends in this group. I'm not just joining just for Diamond. And I just think she thought of it that way.
I guess. All right. My fifth question. So in the video, Diamond has said that when you request off of her, she feels like she has to because of fear. Um, what are your opinions on that?
I think that's absolute monarchy because the reason I particularly request off her is because of one particular reason. Whenever I request off some of the others, sometimes they're either away or they're not at the thing at the moment, so I usually default to Diamond because 98% of the time she's the one that accepts my invites. So, now do bear in mind, she's been doing this since we first met. Well, not the whole scared part and everything, so again, that's another lie on her part.
I see. Alrighty. What was the other questions I had? Those are the questions. I'm trying to think. Hold on, give me a second. I should have had them written down. What's the sixth question I had? Actually, I think he probably answered pretty much all of my questions here. Oh wait, no, sixth one. Okay, so sorry. In the video, Diamond had BJ, who was in the confrontation video and all that stuff, and so on and so forth. And it seemed like that he was on Diamond's side, which honestly makes sense. I mean, they were together, but it's kind of fair for your lover to kind of support you in every way possible. But now BJ's suddenly on your side, so well, why is that?
Honestly, in this situation, I feel really sorry for BJ because he was essentially just dragged into this. He had no idea this was going down. He was minding his own business when all of a sudden he got spam invited by Diamond saying about this whole thing going down. Now, he had no knowledge to this prior, and neither did Actually, no. I think her friend Angela and Max 81 did. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm only going off by gut instinct at this point. But BJ was 100% dragged into this. He actually said it to us after he joined us lot to have that talk. Oh, hang on. Me and him are on good terms. He's never had a bad bone towards me. Me and him get along really well, and we're we're actually just really good friends overall. So don't worry, guys. Me and BJ are still good. I want to give a massive shout out to BJ actually, since he's been through a lot recently. I do feel quite sorry for him, and I do hope everything comes to an end peacefully for him soon.
Alrighty. Alright, well, for now, that seems to be all my questions for today. So, Mario, I want to thank you for joining me on this. Do you have
Before,
any... Oh, go right ahead, go right ahead.
yes, I do, and this one's particularly aimed at Diamond, and maybe at Angel as well. So I'm not 100%. Um, this first one's for Diamond. While I will not forgive you for what you've done, I am sorry for the current mental state you are in. I know you've always had mental health issues, but this does not give you the excuse to try and frame my character and prevent and essentially just frame me pretty much. Again, I know you're in a mental state, but I know you're smarter than you let on. Again, all of this stuff that's happening with you right now, again, I know you're the mental state and everything. In fact, before we even started recording, we actually found out from Angel that Diamond's currently in a mental ward because apparently I'm not going to get into the details, but apparently some stuff happened which caused Angel to pretty much help Diamond. So I do hope, actually no, I am glad that Diamond's getting the help she needs, but at the same time I cannot forgive her for something like this. And this final message is for Angel. Oh crap, hang on. Angel, I do understand you want to remain neutral throughout this entire situation. I do deeply apologise for you. I actually feel sorry for Diamond, as you know. I do hope Diamond recovers from this, but as Jay possibly said to you, because Jay has been talking to her throughout this thing as well, I do hope Diamond gets the help she needs. I do hope that she recovers from all this and she doesn't try to do such a stunt with anyone else again. But basically that's it. I just want to say that I hope she gets better, and while I will not forgive her for what she did, I still don't want to talk to Simon after this. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me.
Alrighty, and with that said, thank you, Mario, for joining. Now let's move on to
Thank you.
myself, I guess.
Before I continue, I forgot to say this in the message. Oh, hang on. What? Again, going back to the thing for a second. As Jay said to your friend Angel, as Jay said to your friend Angel Diamond, I am not a danger to everyone. I'm one of the most chill guys, well, anyone could find really. Disney could confirm this. I'm one of the most chill guys you could find, and that is the truth. But the way you weaponized it and turned it into this is just, it's sad. I do, and as Jay said, I'm not a danger to anyone. Instead, and please don't take this the wrong way, but you're a bit of a danger to yourself. I do hope you get the help you need and find peace in all of this. Thank you. That's the end of my message.
Alrighty, Mario. Good choice of words. Alright, now we're going to move on to myself, where I talk about, yeah, just fucking roll the clip. Anyway. So, yeah, as you can see, just a chill guy. Nothing bad about him, anything out of the ordinary, nothing weird about him, nothing like that. He's just a sweet man that just cares for his friends. And that's all we need today, isn't it? Like, don't we need a friend like that? To be, caring for others, to be nice, and all that stuff. Like, it's what everyone needs. It's the whole basic thing. And the fact that Diamond Shadow tried to weaponize it and essentially make him look like a bad guy is indeed sad. and that's not right at all. But yeah, so again, those were the context for those clips that Diamond had in their video. The first one being, him falling and spraying his ankle. Yeah, that was that. Mario did not record that. He showed me proof. Um, I wish I could show it here, but fortunately I can't because I don't know how to recover those clips. But but I do remember that time and all the other clips. Again, one of them was in a public instance, and Diamond's like, "Oh, I need time for myself." You're in a public instance. What is the time for yourself? And again, the other one where Mario's just falling around. He does that with everybody. I wish I could show some clips, but again, I don't have access to those clips, and neither does Mario because that was on his old PC. On his new PC, he doesn't have it. But yeah, he would just essentially do that to me, Petunia, everyone in the Guardians. Like, it's not just Diamond and BJ. It's just us, because he's a funny little guy. But yeah, again, chill guy. Nothing weird about him. And if that hasn't convinced you enough, then here is another friend of mine that I've interviewed. His name is Timeless J, and yeah, Bing Bong, roll a clip. Oh, and just a quick add-on. Most of the times where Mario like clips stuff, Diamond would ask them to, be recorded and to be clipped and all that stuff, and to send it to him personally. So that whole I don't want to be recorded part, not true at all. Most of the times when Mario records, it's mostly because Diamond said so. So, if anything, yeah. But anyways, a fucking roll a clip. Alrighty, Timeless J. Is there anything you'd like to add to the story whatsoever about Diamond and whatnot, the whole situation?
I would actually, and that's just a bit of, I guess, say context from outside of the things that happened with the confrontation video.
Yeah.
So after that, I'm assuming that video was made, and pretty much Diamond forced them out of everyone's discords and just in general
Oh yeah,
away
they
from
did that,
us.
by the way.
They did. They made an announcement to most of the discords they were in without any of our knowledge nor consent to send this announcement out that essentially they forbade Mario to ever make communication with us. At first, like at the time when this announcement was posted on most of the channel, like most of the discords I know of, me and a good chunk of the higher up staff were literally just trying to decompress from stuff that was happening like the day before. So we were just relaxing, and then we got the announcement. Because again, we were not made aware of the announcement until after it was posted. So when we actually saw the message, we were both confused and frustrated. I DM'd Diamond about it, asking, what the heck was this? This is not your kind of decision to make. This is not your call. And that just turned into a whole argument between them and me. Which I will say, we both technically shouted in like full caps at each other for a good few minutes. But I was already unstable mentally at the time. I was already overstressed. So I was not having their bull. I wasn't having any of it. And clearly neither were they. They claimed that they were scared, that they tried multiple times to tell us that she was constantly afraid of Mario, that he was a groomer, or at the very least, just, well, the video. I just kept telling them on multiple occasions, like, where is this proof? Where is any of this? You are acting like an erratic child. I'm pretty much just telling them they went completely nuts. And they are. They at least were in that moment. We did calm down and apologize to each other, but that was before going into further analysis of what they were both accusing and other things from other people. This would later go to the VR chat discussion Mario mentioned earlier, where multiple of us would meet up and essentially try to explain the other's perspective, see if there's any information that we either did not know or just misinterpreted. And for the most part, everyone else agreed. They had no idea what Diamond was doing, had no idea they were even going to announce this, and all agreed that this was not their call to make when it came to Mario just cutting contact. None of us were okay with it. None of us were even aware of that decision to begin with. People in that confrontation video, at least one, came to us and gave us more information on that end, which, again, I did kind of mention in Mario's top questions, where even they were not fully made aware of what was going to happen that day until after they were already there and tension was already at an all-time high. After that discussion, I later decided to time them out from both my private/main Discord and my public Discords for about a week. Give us time to process and also to eventually give Mario back his place, back in our group, because even though, like, we didn't know all the details of what was true or was false, what they did was inexcusable by all accounts. So we timed them out. He brought Mario back in shortly after, and then they just left. They left the Discord. They blocked pretty much everyone in the group. Their profile pics changed twice. Their status was basically, "I hate you guys," with several dots in between words. Their bio pretty much just said, at least at the end of it, is like, "Oh, Timeless J and Ender, my right-hand man, is the problem of the group. They want this to actually work. They have to fix things." It was at that point that I knew.
Sorry, go on, you first. Which need I mention? She hasn't mentioned a single thing about me at all in their bios, like at all.
Yeah, after they pretty much got kicked, and before that video, it was for some reason directing out towards me and Ender with the problems. I don't know. But like I was trying to say before, they pretty much just blamed me and Ender for all the problems in just generally the group, and just essentially took zero responsibility for any of their actions in any capacity. And we thought that was going to be the end of it because, they were gone, Mario was back, and pretty much everyone that we knew agreed that Diamond was in the wrong. That it was just wrong.
It's absolutely in the wrong.
Pretty much a whole day passed until last night, as this video was recorded. That's when we found out about the video, which just brought this all back on us once more. Mainly because I wasn't having it, and also, I noticed other people were commenting on it already. I put my focus on the analysis of the video and put comments saying pretty much just how outlandish what they were accusing in that video actually was when it was published. They're afraid of adults entirely. Quote unquote, they hate adults. They are completely afraid. I mentioned how they are 18 now. What does that say about them? Are they afraid of themselves at that point?
Which, speaking of adults, actually, if I bring this up for a second, there is two particular people, actually no, possibly a third, not remember, who's literally, one of them, I mentioned, is the same age as me, and they were perfectly fine with around. And that person's Jet Set Sonic. He's 25, the same age as me, and Diamond hasn't been afraid of them at all. And Big Boss, which by the way is also another friend of Luna's, he's in his 30s, and Diamond's also fine around them. Like, what the hell's going on here, bruh?
And also, oh fuck, no. Sorry, Blueberry was showing off me, but fuck it. Anyway, yeah. If y'all don't know, hold on. If y'all don't know who Jet Set Sonic is, he voices Sonic mostly in Petunia's videos, but he also voices Sonic in my videos most of the time for like silly, funny gags and stuff. Yeah, my dude's 25, and all of a sudden, Diamond's okay with him. Same with Big Boss, as you said, Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, man's in his 30s, so obviously the whole "oh, I'm scared of adults" thing is completely invalid. I mean,
Yeah, no,
half
does not
half
at
of
all
us
track
are
with.
adults. Shit, I'm about to be
Yeah,
20.
most of us are over 18 already, and that
Exactly.
includes them. They are 18, so the whole fear of adults is just
Exactly.
it's just stupid.
It's bullcrap.
It's
That's what it is.
yeah, exactly. It's not like no, it's not a good reason at all. Ugh.
And again, with like my analysis, I noticed like a bunch of the clips that they used were insanely out of context in any scenario. And also the text is just kind of filling in blanks that aren't even there. The first one is like at least my example, when they're flirting with their boyfriend. They like mentioned how they were both flirting with each other, but that clip only shows them flirting with their boyfriend, and then he pretends to faint. So already they're kind of doing some random white lies that don't make any sense. Again, kind of like the falling and nearly spraining their leg kind of thing. That wasn't even the actual clip where they sprained their leg. And again, it's insanely out of context.
Exactly.
I also mentioned, again, that the video of the confrontation, almost none of them knew that they was ever being recorded.
I think the only two people that was fully aware of this. Now, I'm only judging this but judging by their behaviour in the video, I am not 100% sure if they were. I think the only people who were aware of this was Max and their friend Angel.
Yeah, but like, I don't remember the other guy's name, but BJ as well. Like, those two just did not know, along with Mario. So I'm saying outright, that's pretty much most, if not half. Half of the people that were in the video were not aware and did not consent about being recorded. And as someone who also got recorded behind someone's back in a very mental distress moment, I don't think that was even close to okay. Like, that's just straight up illegal, I'm pretty sure, in some degree.
Yeah, it's
so
pretty
it's
much
just
illegal.
It doesn't say anything.
Yeah, so essentially he
really
just fucked himself. He fucked himself over.
Like they pretty much just exposed their own like bad side. Their own problems. Like, they're recording people without their consent nor knowledge. Like, at least when Mario like records, like, for starters, people ask, like, they are perfectly aware that he can do the 30 seconds back clip and then send the video. So most of us are aware.
Always aware of this.
Until it's literally just going back in time just a few seconds, re-getting that clip and then having it. Like, it's not recording behind our backs or anything. That's literally just clipping something that we all thought was really funny and that we were all okay with.
Yeah.
Like, he technically recorded after the fact, not before the fact. Does that make sense?
Of course, if the situation suddenly became volatile, such as if someone was feeling in a bad mood and whatnot, I would not record a single thing. I make that promise to anyone. I would not record anyone in a bad mood.
And actually, a good example of that was like the sprained leg.
Yeah, when she hurt her leg, I didn't record anything after that. I just let her get on with it.
So again, like, the recording without consent or knowledge is just, that's something they did, not what he did.
And the thing when she fell, as I said earlier, she did not sprain her leg in that first clip. In a second, when she did that again, that's when she sprained it.
So again, all the clips are insanely out of context and aren't even close to what they claim is the truth. Again, if you want to go more into detail, the comments, I believe, as of right now, are still up, but I also have screenshots if necessary, and I'll probably send them to you, or Mario will send them to you to show on your video, but that's my analysis.
I've also downloaded the video in that time uploads to her channel, so I can always say, hey, she did this. So just say, yeah, she did that and everything. We have the video in our possession at least.
Yeah.
There
is one question I would like to ask Jay. So,
go ahead.
During that time where, Diamond announced the whole Mario situation, Shy went around and asked a lot of people in the Guardians group and out of the Guardians group, since I'm not a part of the Guardians. He basically asked, do you think that Mario, intentionally or did not intend to do or say anything that would seem dangerous, as Diamond would like to say?
No, I do not see any of that at all in any capacity.
And everyone else agreed that, he did not say anything
As
dangerous.
far as I'm aware, everyone has so far agreed. Everyone has backed up Mario. Not a single soul so far that I've talked to about this has agreed with Diamond in any way.
Would it be okay if
Indeed.
you list some of the names that agreed with Shy or with you in particular?
Yeah, I can list. Shy, B, Fast, Petunia, you, Cypher, BJ. Let's see who else. There's a lot of people who we brought into this. Luna, Jet, Big Boss.
Big Boss as well. I let him know the full story last night.
I don't remember his main username, but we mainly call him Edeled in our Discord, along with Inferno, who, if you don't know, that's Diamond's main actor for Diamond Shadow in their series.
And man, mind you, fellas, that them and Inferno are really good friends. And even he agreed that Mario did not say or do anything that would seem dangerous. So
not only that as well, but Edeled's friend Austin, they've also been informed as well. Our friend Red, that's another one. In fact, hell, even Diamond's VR chat dad Nathan was in on the situation. Which, by the way, I've got something to say about him in a few minutes' time, but back on the topic.
Pretty much everyone who knew Diamond and Mario and all of us have all backed up Mario because, as far as we're aware, none of these claims are even close to valid. The evidence they show is circumstantial at best. It doesn't give any clear sign that they're either being awfully close or even just simply a groomer. It doesn't make any sense from the evidence they show. It's circumstantial at best.
all right. And I guess this last question, well, it goes to everyone, but since not everyone could make it to this interview / confrontation or whatnot, throughout all your time with Mario, how would you best describe him?
Describe Mario.
Like out of
I would say-
all your times, out of all spending time with him, how would you best describe on your relationship, the amount of times you've been together, the amount of times he hanged out with everyone in the Discord call, and etc. etc.
I would say selfless, kind, generous,
Of course.
just really in general, just a really nice guy.
Yeah, because
He's always trying to have people's backs.
Because even in my VR chat bio, it actually says, I just want to bring smiles and make people laugh, and I do. After all, this is how I became a Guardian member. Before I got my PC mic earlier this year, all I had was that mono-themed soundboard, and somehow I still got in anyway. So that was a funny story.
Because you just kept making us laugh.
Yeah.
Just making us giggle, man.
He is a comedy generator. That's another thing I'll describe him for.
Exactly. Like, my
Comedy
man here
generator.
has brought in, like, some best timing moments. Like, whenever I say something,
Yeah.
he pulls out a soundboard that's, like, perfectly timed, and I laughed my ass off, like, throughout the call. And he's honestly...
We've all done that multiple times.
He's a great
all
guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's honestly, Mario is, like, the friend I've never had that is, like, actually nice. Obviously, I love my friends in real life, and, you know, y'all.
Yeah.
But, like, Mario's the first that's actually, like, a very kind-hearted, good, generous person that I've ever met. And
I am generally one of...
oh, no, sorry.
Sorry, you first. I am generally one of the most chill guys anyone could meet. And actually, I want to reference this in that final message again afterwards, but I am generally one of the most chill guys anyone could ever meet. And the fact that my kindness has been twisted into this.
It's honestly sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
Just seeing
is.
how, like, bad Diamond has twisted everything. Not just what you've done, but pretty much most of us have done.
Pretty much. So, I guess to end it off, last question would kind of go to Mario again. Mario, out of all the time you spend with me, Jay, BJ, Faze, Petunia, everyone else in or out of the Guardian server, would you take a bullet for us?
Honestly, yes, because out of everyone, well, when I first met Diamond, if it wasn't for me meeting Diamond, this is one silver lining I will say about this. If it wasn't for me meeting Diamond, I wouldn't be here right now with you two, and everyone else, for a matter of fact. Everyone's very supportive. They have each other's backs, and just these last few days alone, throughout this entire situation, everyone has come together to defend me. I've never had that happen in my life ever. Only for my parents, mind you, so the fact that an entire community's come together for this, it's honestly just amazing to see. So thank everyone for pretty much everything. Thank you guys, you're all amazing.
Yeah. So, I guess this concludes today's interview. Later on in the video, you will see my friend Faze Sonic, who has dealt with groomers and pedophiles before, so I'll be having a talk with him later on in this video. But Mario, thank you for telling your side of the story, and also you, Jay, for explaining more about this situation and all that. So yeah, thank you both. So yeah, as you can see, Diamond just full on made the announcement. Jay obviously was like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're not. This is not your call to make." And so they just had a little argument. La di da di da. Fucking Jay went to examine and analyze the situation out, and that's where I get this message from a friend named Shy Swiss. He told me, or he asked me, if there was anything dangerous that Mario said or that he done, and you know, and that was the time where I agree with Diamond and all that stuff, and I was about to say yes, but before I said anything, I was at work, but I thought really hard. I'm like, Mario hasn't said anything dangerous or done anything dangerous towards us or Diamond. And so I said to Shy Swiss, no, he did not. And he told me that's what everyone has been saying. I'm like, everyone? Like, he's like, yeah, everyone. Like, me, Petunia, BJ, which, may I mind you, BJ was in that video, in that freaking confrontation video that Diamond recorded. And he was just dragged into this. He was full on just dragged into this. And yeah, it's just a shame. As a matter of fact, most of us were dragged into this shit, like, by force. You know? And we're like, okay, well, shit. All right. And that led to the conclusion of timing out Diamond Shadow and letting Biddy Blush, aka Mario, back in the Guardian server. I'm not in it, but that's what they did. And from then on, like after they brought Mario back in after Diamond kicked him out of the group, or yeah, the server, she went ballistic, and that's where that whole "no one believed me" thing in her video happened. Even though, from what Jay said in the interview, obviously, he went erratic, crazy, and childish, and just full on unfriended us from any social media, YouTube, Twitter, I think, VR chat, Discord, everything. He only kept a few. The only ones that he kept in his friends list on Discord was Admiral Kirby, Flourish the Queen, and Adventure Sonic. The other person I shall not name for the sake of their privacy. But those three had nothing to do with the drama, let alone know what the fuck was happening at all. Like, those three people, they left the server, like I did. Like, all four of us, we left the Guardian server. I'm not going to get into specifics why, but we just left. And it's funny how Diamond says that Mario has favoritisms. Look who's talking, because obviously you have Floral, which is your best friend, huh? So obviously, but we did tell Floral, Flourish the Queen, about the situation, and also to Adventure Sonic as well, and they took our sides. So, fuck you, Diamond. Yeah, no, yeah, you're not gonna have them our side. And for Kirby, I feel like the man just needed a break, and he was just doing his own thing, so just let him be. And so yeah, most of us in the Guardians group and out of the Guardians group agreed that Mario was not the bad guy. And yeah, that's where Diamond got crazy, childish. And Diamond, may I mind you, the only reason why you were called a child in the first place is because you act like one. That is what you are, most of the time, even though you are an adult. And you complain about Mario not changing, but you haven't changed yourself. So I find that very hypocritical of you for someone to say, oh yeah, this person hasn't changed and I don't see a change. But even though us in the Guardians group don't see a change from you, you're still the child that we've met since the first day you got here. Like, dude, grow up. I know you say it's hard and that you physically, like, you can't, but you can. You just don't want to. That's just, I know that's like a very fucking shitty way of an excuse of saying, but like, that's the truth. You just don't want to. And I'm not saying for you to change the way you are. I'm just saying to mature a bit and act like a grown-up. You're 18 years old, man. It's time for you to grow up. But anyways, that's not important right now, but yeah, that's where it led to the video, where essentially Diamond's been not only been shit talking about Mario, but us, even calling out my name because I made a post saying we're no longer associated with this person anymore. Like, I'm sorry, Diamond, if that offended you, or if, that was very petty. But, dude, you didn't associate with us. You unfriended us, remember? And I'm pretty sure from what, I don't know, fucking someone, I don't know who told me this, but apparently you blocked us? Even BJ, your own lover, or your ex-lover, I would say, you blocked and unfriended him? That's why you're considered a child, Diamond, because you don't act before you think. You don't think about the consequences that are gonna bite you in the ass later on. And I'm afraid I'm gonna have to be the only harsh person to say this, but you really have not thought about your actions. You just did this out of pure vengeance and ragefulness. Like, from your video, it does not sound like justice at all. Because most of the fucking shit that you had in your video was out of context, misunderstood, and manipulative. Because obviously you were lying on some parts of the videos. Obviously Mario explained it further in the interview, but like, still, dude, like, that is not justice at all. That is pure vengeance. And that's not good. And shit, no wonder you're called the Rachel one. But yeah. I mean, shit's crazy, man. And it's just, and that whole like fucking. And the crazy thing is, I knew, because I had the idea of telling Diamond, hey, you should first confront about this instead of, full on just kicking him out, because you don't want to, be misunderstanding of like what Mario's intentions were, because it probably couldn't be intentional of what he was doing, which obviously it wasn't. He didn't know any of this, and Diamond hasn't said shit to Mario. Like, in the video, he said that he did, but from what Mario has told me, no, not really. I even questioned him, and he said no, he hasn't. He only told him once, but he thought it was just like, oh, I just need my space, because he's always like that. Like, that's just an everyday for Diamond. You need space. But when it comes to BJ, he's very clingy with him. But anyways, but yeah. The next one I brung on an interview with was a friend of mine who was in a video recently, Faze Sonic. I brought him out specifically because I was kind of, questioning about this person in the video, in Diamond's video, where she or he can tell red flags of being a PDF file and a groomer. And I questioned myself, and I even questioned to everyone else as well in the Guardians group. I'm like, how reliable is this person? Like, from what I've heard from Diamond, like, that's, like, I didn't hear, like, any reliable sources saying that, oh yeah, this person can tell red flags about who's a pedophile and who's a groomer and all that shit. I was like, okay, buddy, alright. So, I brought in an actual person who dealt with, PDF files and groomers before. So, without further ado, here we go. Alrighty, and next we have a good old friend of mine. In fact, he is my VR chat brother. We have Faze Sonic. So go ahead, introduce yourself. Tell us what you do, yada yada yada.
Yeah. So I do yada yada yada.
God.
But yeah, as you know, he's Zephyr. Everyone do. I like cars, music. I'm learning music actually. I guess that's about it.
All right. All right, so Zephyr, I've learned from you that you've done some investigation, when it comes to like groomers and pedophiles and all that. Is this true?
Indeed.
So you know how they act, how they're like and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mostly pay attention to the first signs
Right,
that
right, right.
obviously won't feel right.
Mm-hmm. All right. So during your investigations and those times of days, and then uh, while I hanging around with our dear friend Mario, um, would you say that he is, one of those things, like a groomer, a pedophile?
Mm, No, not really.
No, not really.
Because if we're talking about the time the whole like Mario's a groomer thing, no, he, if I'm correct, I don't think he's into those sexual shit. At least
Mm,
I think that's what it means.
mm.
But realistically, he mostly hanging like the way she claims he's all like obsessive. He's really not. He's just he treats everyone the same. It's
Treats everyone with respect.
like a brotherly way. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
he does that with everyone.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, and to be like realistically, I low key never really have a like an argument debate. Like me and him like agreed on a lot of shit before this even came up.
Mm. Yeah, I see, I see. All right. So third question. So how did you feel when Diamond posted the whole announcement on Mario? What was your opinions? What were your thoughts? And whose side did you really take on at first?
Well, when I saw, actually, I believe I saw this around at 4. That was the exact time it was posted in the announcement chat in the Guardians. When I read it, I didn't know if I was like confused at first. So I had to like relook at it like to process that. And I'm like, why is Mario being posted? Are we talking about the same person or is this a different person? Then I looked at who she actually meant, calling him Biddy. Well, that's the way I call him. Uh, I was a little confused and concerned, so I try to see if I can look into everyone's like reaction points to it. Like, what did people comment or reply to that announcement to see what other people think and try to gather clues on which sounds suspicious. Because a lot of people will use their I cannot invite you now. Uh, sorry.
All good.
Uh, like I was saying, like I like to take a glance at everyone's like story when it comes to like situation like this. Everyone's witness. So basically, read like look at everyone's story to see what they saw, and then try to put it all together. And that's how I get my evidence on my first thought on a pedo, which that wasn't him. He didn't have none of those weird symptoms. He was just a normal, friendly guy.
So you don't see him as
Uh,
like dangerous at all, as to what Diamond said in the announcements.
yeah, no, I don't see him dangerous. To be completely honest, I really don't.
Okay, okay. And last question before we end it off. Diamond said, through some screenshots, I will not say the name of who I got the screenshots from because I want to keep them private and I don't want anyone attacking them. But it states that she is doing this, or that she forbids us to see Mario because she wanted to protect us. Now, how do you give your opinions or thoughts about that?
Little off because again, if you're not going to show, I don't know if I heard that right. You said she didn't want to show proof because she is afraid that's going to hurt us or some shit. If I'm correct, did you
No,
say
no, no.
that?
She said that
Okay, my mind was
she. Sorry, folks. He's a bit high right now, but trust me, he's
just
locked
a
in.
little bit.
Just a little
I'm
bit, but
locked in.
no. The question is,
Trust me,
is
the
that
jokes are coming in at the wrong time.
the yeah, but the question I had was she said that Mario was dangerous, and the only reason why she wanted to get rid of him is to protect us, and that she forbids us to. She like doesn't want us to be talking with Mario. So, how exactly do you feel about that? And do you believe in what she said is true about, protecting us?
One thing that I feel like that's low-key, sorry for cursing, but bullshit, because logically, let's be real on this. A lot of people, and mostly in our group, is damn near adult. Uh, to if well, I don't know if I got permission to say the age for her or whatever they gotta go
I
by.
mean, she said so herself, so it's
They're
fine.
obviously, yeah, okay. So yeah, like I said, she is 18. Let her know. Uh, like I said earlier, everyone's an adult. Birthday's coming up, so another thing, like I said, it doesn't make sense because again, like I said earlier, everyone's an adult. We're friends with someone that's older than Mario, to be completely honest.
Right.
And she's comfortable with him, so it doesn't really make sense on, oh, we can't trust him. He's 25. Yeah, we have someone that's older and we trust him. That's just straight up backwards.
Right. Yeah, okay. Alrighty, well, that's all the questions I have for you. Thank you for your time and need, Faze. It was nice to have you on here, give out your thoughts and opinions and all that. I appreciate it. And we'll cut back to myself so we can end off this video. So yeah. And like I said, this like Faze has done this like Chris Hansen shit, like way before fucking Diamond ever suspected of Mario. And if that were the case, he would have known by now. Because every day we hang out with Mario, like me, Faze, and everyone else in the Guardians and out of the Guardians, we've always hanging out with Mario. And if he was indeed a PDF file or a groomer, then Faze would have caught on to Mario of being one. But he didn't, because it wasn't the case at all. Like, Mario was not dangerous. He didn't like act in any sort of, weird way or whatnot. He was just a normal dude being nice. Like a nice, normal dude being generous and kind to the people who he considers his family, or his second family at least. And the sad part is it's such a fucking shame that Diamond has to, fucking use his kindness as a weapon to try to cancel him and get him out of the fucking server, like out of everyone's lives and all that shit. After everything that Mario has done for him, this is the payback that he gets. And that generally just fucking hurts. So, yeah. So before I end the video off, I just want to give out my final message to DiamondShadowVA. Diamond, you didn't have to make that video. You really didn't. And I learned now from what, because the day that this video came out, I got a message saying that Diamond is currently in the hospital. And I'm like, I fucking wonder why. And they told me that he tried to take his own life. All because of this shit. And the thing is, it was not our faults. It was not. No, it's really not our faults. Like, we handled this in a calmly, fashionable manner. But Diamond had to be the erratic child and just think, he leaped before he could think, or whatever the fuck the motto is. But essentially, he just didn't, consider the consequences to his actions. And that shit is gonna happen. Do I feel bad? Yes, obviously. I don't want anyone to take a life away, especially from themselves. Like, that's not what I want in this world. I want everyone to live a happy and long life. I don't want anyone to cut it short through some like mental states if there's a way to help with that. And I'm glad. I'm glad, and again, I'm glad that Diamond is getting the help he needs, because right now he is in a hospital, in a mental hospital, I believe, in a sciatic ward, from what Mario has told me. But yeah, Diamond, you shouldn't have made that video. That video has taken a toll on you through your mental health. So I think, personally for me, it's best if you took down the video, because it's gonna take, because you don't want, you've seen the comment from Jay and you've seen the comment from me, and obviously that led you to unlist the video. I think it's just best for you to take it down, Diamond, because trust me, you do not want this, and trust me, I don't either. I didn't want to make this video at all, and whether you see this or not, I just want you to know. I wish you the best on your life, and I hope you get better. But the things you did, like in the video and out of the camera, are unforgivable. Like, that shit, you know I was not okay with that, and you did it anyway without thinking. So I had to make that choice of not associating with you anymore. So I'm sorry it had to be this way, Diamond, but you gave me no other choice. So if you really think that you're gonna get back in the Guardians group, first of all, again, that's not your decision. That's Jay's decision and everyone else's decision. And I'm pretty sure no one is gonna want you back after the shit that you've done, after the wild accusations you've given Mario to a very, very good friend of ours. No, absolutely not. And also, if you really think that BJ is gonna take you back after all that as well, well, you must not think that BJ is smart at all. Because you dragged him into this even though he did not want to. And you harmed him. You broke him. You broke his heart. Again, through your actions. You didn't think before you did it. And this is what happens. You're all alone with no one but you and yourself. And you don't have anyone else to blame but you. Now again, I don't hate you at all. I'm not a hateful person. There are people I somewhat hate, that including, fucking Uni, also known as Fleetway Supersonic VA official, or the fuck, that's a long ass name, by the way, which we'll get to that in a second. But but you, Diamond, I don't hate. I'm not a hateful person. I don't wish upon death to anyone. But again, we will not forgive you. So, I guess you're gonna have to find a group after all. But even that's gonna be hard, because once everyone has seen this video, I don't know who in their right mind would accept you into their group if we're not gonna accept you into ours, or to Jay's at least. So all I have to say now to you, Diamond, is goodbye. I hope you live a long life, and I wish you the best. But this whole thing comes to an end. So, with that said, Diamond, goodbye. Anyways, I know that was like the end of the video and all that, but like, so I'm guessing you guys want updates on what's going on, fucking community posts that I've made. Yeah, so apparently I'm gonna make another fucking video about uni again. Shitney Spears train is coming back. Yay! Love that. Fuck yeah. But it's nothing new, really. It's just there's just a lot of things I have to say for like the fucking 4th time already, or the 5th actually, if you count that fucking reaction video. It's just, yeah. I'll make that video soon, but before I let that video come out, I'm just gonna let, like, the video I was supposed to record, or supposed to, you know, it was supposed to come out, I'll post that after I make this video. So, yeah. That uni stuff will come after that other VR chat thing, or video. So, yeah. I want you to thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun shit. If you want more tea time with Disney, you're not gonna fucking get it. Oh yeah, subscribe to, actually no, you know what, fuck it. I want to give a shout out to Biddy Blush, Timeless J, Picasso BJ, Petunia Lightning, Luna Moon, Jet Set Sonic, Ender Shy Swiss, Chaotic B, Hilaristic Bros, Adventure Sonic, everyone who has, you know, supported Mario through a lot of shit, because this shit has taken a toll on us. Trust me. So, yeah, support those people. Oh, and Faze Sonic. Fuck, I forgot about him. And Faze Sonic as well. Subscribe to him as well. And what else am I forgetting? Yeah, I think that's it. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in to the next video, and I'll see you later. Bye, Future Gang.